Just had an interesting revelation. So obviously well, my biggest like goal, or one, I mean, not my biggest goal, but one thing that I have always wanted to do, and I've known I'm going to do for a long time, is to make a movie. And I have the whole, like, not the whole plot, like I have the first chapter basically, so it would be like a series and stuff, but I have the first part, like the kind of backstory. But like I'm having all these epiphanies after what I told you on Friday. But I'm also like, you know, it's like one of my favorite books I've mentioned is The Game of Life and How to Play It by Florence Scovel Shinn. And I have, a system. Like, I like to post because I kind of make an art project on my Instagram, and um, I'm, I have like a plan for posting to kind of share a story that I have in my head. But it gets more like literal, and the more meta it gets, and I just like, I always think of this book because it's so good, and I would go read it. I told you that there's like a PDF on Google if you just Google The Game of Life and How to Play It by Florence Scovel Shinn, and I think it was written in like the 70s or something, or 80s. Anyway, but she says always look at what you're doing, and if it's out of like fear, if you're doing something out of fear, or like love, or like just if you're doing something out of fear, and like if you're doing an action out of fear, then you need to like question like that, like right now, for example. Welcome to my life at, right now, before, while I'm still, doing what I'm doing. I'm still figuring things out. I'm in transitory phase, but basically, I like have, posts that I'm planning, because I'm kind of like a content creator, obviously, but I'm like my own kind of thing, obviously. But, you know, it's different when you're kind of tired and you feel like you're kind of disoriented. You're not as sharp as you want to be. You're more vulnerable, so that's when I think it's like, it makes sense to kind of like just wait until you have like, more answers till it feels right. It has to feel right. And you shouldn't feel bad if you are a little afraid, because everyone is afraid. I'm afraid all the time, but I also know that I'm like having so much more faith in my like solar plexus, and that's the breath. That's the thing that we have to remember. It's the wax on, wax off. I just have all of these movie references because, as I said, I'm making, a movie in my head. But the secret is that, the movie's right here. And the movie's like happening around our eyes right now. And life is happening. And basically, life is always trying to give you messages. And the more tuned in you are, the more, receptive you'll be, and the more clearly you'll find your story, find your path, find the things you're meant to see. And because I've gotten so good at it, it's kind of like a game to me, and everything is just happening all the time now after Friday. It's crazy. But I'm also really tired. So when I have post plan, first of all, everything is like your own thing. You're the one driving yourself, So I need to remember, like, Amanda, you're excited about this. It's cool. You have this new adventure. There's so much work to do. There's so much to be done. It's exciting. But at the same time, it's like I need to realize I'm the one driving me now. And I'm the one who's doing it. And I'm the one who's pushing myself. So I need to, like, also relax, because my taking care of this vessel is the first thing that matters. And I've been like pushing it with sleep because I've been spun around so many things, traveling, this, that, appointments, like, and I really just need to dial it back. And I really just need to, like, take a load off and just do self-care, like eat, sleep, take care of my body, do my body work with my glasses off, like I said. That's what I need to focus on right now. And I have so much to organize. My phones are a mess. They're full of files. And now that I kind of know what I'm doing with them, and I'm still figuring it out as I go, but now that I know more, like, I need to just get organized and get my body like right, and get things like just feeling good again, because when you're sleep deprived, you can't make really good decisions, which is why I don't know why, like, surgeons and stuff are, like, ever, you know, why they let them operate if they're tired. Like, there should be, you know, like, they need to sleep because it's so important. I just read that, like, Rosemary Kennedy, you know, the Kennedy curse. Like, I think it was, I don't want to talk too much because I really have to eat, but I just had this thought, right? But, she was given a lobotomy, and because the Kennedys were worried about their image. And after that, all the deaths and the accidents happen. And that's like what it is, you know? It's like when you like think about your image more than humans, that's where the trouble is, you know? So anyway, I'm just super tired, but I had just, you know, this thought that, you know, you should always question if you're doing something out of fear. I guess you could say or love, but like, I just think, is this because of fear, or is this like, am I standing my ground? And you know, with the movie, as I said, it's happening, right? So part of that is like, you're the director, and you're the one who's, you know, taking the action. And it's just like what I posted on my Instagram, Mr. Miyagi with the wax on, wax off thing. He says, you know, you do something or you don't do it. You commit. Otherwise, you're just a grape, like a little withered grape. You need to commit, you know? Commit to the action. You have to like stand strong. And that's what I used to be always doing. I didn't know what to do, where I was going. So I would just kind of like always be turning around. Like half of my body would be in, half out. Like I was trying to cheat on myself, you know? Like I would be 1 foot in the door, 1 foot out. And that's how I always used to be. And that's why I was always twisted, you know? That's why my body was always pulling me away, because I was just not standing my ground, and I didn't have faith, and I didn't have a sense of purpose. I didn't know what I was doing. So anyway, I'm happy that I kind of realized, like, you know, I also need to work. I was like, I worked at a photo and video studio in the first part of my training, like a year ago, and it was a very intense experience. So watching Karate Kid is a lot like what my training was like in the photo studio. And we did videos, and I got like I got to take a video course during my time there, like for free, like full-time filmmaker. But I have to review those notes because I'm super rusty, and I need obviously a new camera because I'm using this like phone, but this phone actually has a very magical quality compared to my other phone. I need to get a super phone after I clean out these phones, so that's on my list of things to do. But basically, this phone has a really nice sensor. Like it looks really, as I showed you in my last video, the spy training where I was just filming something, it just has a really nice look to it. It's very creamy, dreamy, as they say in photo speak. And it's like very rich and just looks super nice close up. So that's my little thought. I need to take care of myself tonight. I'm doing my hot water bottle. I have to talk about everything more, but I have to do like my hot water bottle. I have tendinitis. I have some inflammation around here. Okay, spoiler alert, the MRI came back. It's not grave. I have like tendinitis from the back of my leg leading up to my hamstring. It's like my hamstring where it connects to my hips. Go figure, because hamstring, like I always think in symbols, and ham means kind of like the body, like flesh, like it's like flesh is kind of the symbol of ham. So makes sense, like my puppet strings are a little tired from all of this. But anyway, yeah, I gotta go take care of myself. I just wanted to check in because I had a little thought, and you know, I thought, oh, maybe I'll have to do my videos so like nice now, like so well made and so like perfect. But I realized like I just want it to be also like casual like this. Like when I have a thought, I want to share it. That was a good thought, and it's something to keep in mind in your day. All right, bye. I'm gonna go eat pork chops with cabbage. Cabbage is good for inflammation. I have my red tea. Red means safe. You see, I think in symbols. My brain is nonstop, but I'm also like in that epiphany mode because I have all this, you know, like what do you call it, source energy like flowing inside me as a result of like what happened on Friday, you know? So um, things are very ripe here. So like that's why all these brain neurons are firing, and it's a lot. It's like a, you know, it's like being in the Garden of Eden or something. You're just like full of like epiphanies and all this stuff. But I hope it kind of calms down a little, because when you're always thinking about like your brain is always just going, it's kind of, well, I need sleep, you know. So anyway, that's my little thing for the day, and I hope you have a good night and great whatever. Anyway, talk to you later. Bye.